Hi, I'm Marcus from cross country. We're flying at Gordon this morning. It's quite not the best of days, it's a bit hard. And I'm flying with the Digifly Air BT. It's all singing, all dancing Vario from Digifly, who've been in the business for 20 years. But first, let's take a closer look at the instrument itself. It's a fairly classic Vario design with a large screen that takes up most of the space on the front. Underneath are 4 buttons. These have a nice click to them and they're easy enough to use with gloves on. On the bottom, there's the USB port and an SD card. The USB port is used for charging the instrument and also for allowing data transfer. The SD card can be used to hold maps, etc. And you can also use the SD cards to transfer tasks between different machines. It was one of the first Varios to use lots of sensors as the input to the Vario algorithm. So it uses accelerometers, magnetometers, you try saying that when you're flying. So it uses lots of different sensors to make a really sensitive Vario. The good thing about the Vario is it's actually auto adjusting, so it adjusts to the different air masses you're flying in. So on a really strong day, it turns down the sensitivity a bit, so you don't get screamed at in those really strong climbs. And then on the weaker days, or flying in the flatter lands, etc., it then modulates it up a bit, so it's a more sensitive Vario, so you can feel every bit of lift. Of course, it's a competition Vario, so it's got all the task setting stuff, and I found it very easy to use from a set of waypoints I'd already created. I could easily set up a task, put them in. I didn't need the manual, so it was very easy to use. One of the more interesting things about this Vario is the Pitot tube. This Pitot tube here. This gives you accurate airspeed information without the need for a big sensor dangling below, your probe dangling below. And this is really useful because it gives you accurate airspeed information, which helps the wind calculations, etc. But also, it helps with speed to fly, it gives you speed to fly information. And that's really useful for paraglider pilots. And what they've done is they've tuned it so it actually works on a harness like this. You can see the Pitot tube sticking out, and that's actually working. So it works well for paragliding as well as hang gliding. And this is an obvious hang gliding replacement maybe for the Flytech 6030. Is it the 6030? I don't know. Yes, I think it's the 6030. But anyway, it feels like an obvious replacement for that. It has a nice loud buzzer or Vario sound. It's great for hang gliders. And I've got on the quiet assist setting at the moment and it's still fully loud enough for me. Plugging the Air BT into your computer allows you to use the Digifly apps to update the firmware and transfer data to the instrument. You can transfer waypoints, routes, flights, as well as map and airspace data. The final application from Digifly is Air Pages that allows you to design and create your own screens for use on the instrument. It's a fully graphical design tool that allows you to select fields and screen elements and drag them onto a screen. Once you're happy, you can save them and send them to the machine. As the name suggests, the unit can also communicate via Bluetooth, which means you can send data to an external device like a tablet running flying software such as XC-Track, XC-Saw or LK8000, great for colour maps. This is a classic instrument that should last you the whole of your flying career. You can use it straight out of the box without having to change any settings. But as your knowledge grows, you can use the extra functionality it has. It's also fairly unique in having a Pitot tube built in, and it's tuned for paragliding. So if you're a pilot that values airspeed information, that's very useful. The clear screen and the long battery life make it great for everyday use. And it's certainly a top-end machine that sits well with the Flymasters and other machines. So definitely take a look at this one.